Hey, what's up guys? Jared Beckstrand here, Doctor of Physical Therapy, ToneandTitan.com, and these are my favorite stretches that you can do first thing in the morning to help you out of some of the pain, stiffness, or discomfort that you might be waking up with. Let's get into them right now. All right, you guys. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today right here on Tone and Titan. I'm excited to be able to share some of this information with you guys and hopefully help you out of some of the pain or discomfort that you might be experiencing. As always, if you guys find this video informative, if you find it useful, hit that thumbs up button. If it's your first time here or if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button, that little red button down there in the corner to subscribe to my channel right here on YouTube. Thanks for doing that in advance. Okay, so let's talk about sleep, you guys. So we should be getting about 8 hours of sleep at night. Now, I've got 4 kids, I run a couple of businesses, I'm not getting anywhere near 8 hours, but you should be getting, hopefully 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep at night. Now, that's a long time for your body to stay in one position, and obviously we kind of toss and turn at night, but all of us have a preferred posture or a preferred position that we like to sleep in. Now, I don't care who you are, if you spend that much time in one posture or one position, you're going to wake up with some joint stiffness, with some aches, with some pains, with some soreness. The purpose of my video today is to hopefully help you out of some of that soreness that you might be experiencing. Now, there are a lot of great videos about this topic on YouTube. I wanted to put my own little spin on it by presenting these based on your preferred sleeping position. If you're a stomach sleeper, you should probably be doing some different exercises than if you sleep on your back, than if you sleep on your side. And so that's the presentation that I want to drop in right here. So you guys, I broke this up by those positions. We're going to talk about the best stretches for stomach sleepers, the best stretches for back sleepers, and then finish up with the best stretches for side sleepers. If you don't want to watch all the explanation for all of those, I've left the timestamps down below. Look in that description and you can just go straight to whatever position is relevant to you. The last thing I want to mention, I'm shooting this video in response to another video that I have that's got a lot of popularity here on YouTube. It's the best positions for neck pain and back pain, how to get a good night's rest while maintaining a better posture and hopefully wake up with less stiffness. That being said, that video is also linked down below. I've got it floating right up here. If you guys are interested in that, be sure to check that out. But let's get into these videos. We're going to start with stomach sleepers, the best stretches for stomach sleepers. Let's get into it now. All right, so stomach sleepers. Honestly, not my favorite position for people to sleep in, but I realize that there are those of you out there who do it. So let's talk about some of the implications. So the reason I don't like it is as you lay on your stomach, it's impossible to keep your head and your neck in a neutral position. You have to spend all night turned one way or the other. So it just creates a lot of tension in your neck. The other thing that it does is it creates this big kind of bowing posture in your lower back, meaning my lower back is really bowed right now as I lay here on my stomach. So those are the two areas that people typically complain to me about. Let's show you some exercises for them. So what you can do first thing, so again, right now my back is arched this way. A really good stretch for you stomach sleepers is going to be to arch your back the other way. So you wake up in the morning, you kneel down in bed, and we're going to do what we call either a prayer stretch or a child's pose stretch. Keep your hands right flat on the bed, and then we're just going to sit down onto our haunches, tuck your chin down into your chest, and you see that in this position, we're taking the back the other way. So we're trying to round it forward. We're trying to get it out of that extended posture that it's been in all night by bringing it down here into this flexed posture. And what I tell people is hold that for about 60 seconds. So about 3 times 20-second holds is a really good idea there. And so then to get rid of that stiffness that you might have in your neck, it's been rotated all night. What I want to do is just do some simple side-to-side stretches or ear-to-shoulder stretches. To do that, what you're going to do, sit up tall with good posture, drop that left ear down to that left shoulder just until you get a comfortable stretch in that right side of your neck. For a lot of people, that's a good enough stretch. If you want even more than that, with my left hand, I can reach up to the right side of my head and then just add an ever so slight overpressure to that stretch just to facilitate, just to enhance that pulling sensation through there. Stretching always needs to be comfortable. If you can't get into the position without experiencing pain, then it's probably not the right stretch for you. We're going to go to the left side to stretch the right side, and then we're going to tilt our head over here to the right side to stretch that left side of my neck out. 3 times 20-second holds on both of those. The next sleep position that we want to talk about are going to be for you back sleepers. And so the two problems that I typically see the most with people who sleep on their back are going to be the lower back, meaning if you have tight hip flexors, which a lot of us do, if you spend a lot of time seated, you probably got some hip flexor tightness. As our legs are out straight, that pulls our hips into this what we call anterior rotation, causes an arch in our back, and we can wake up with low back pain there. The other problem that I see with back sleepers is they all sleep on pillows that are too full, meaning that if this pillow was too full, it's got my head and my neck in kind of this forward flexed position where my chin is down on my chest, and then that's how I'm going to spend the night. And so let's show you some stretches for both of those problems. The first thing is going to be for that lower back, and so I want to introduce what we call some pelvic tilts. You're going to wake up in the morning and basically you just bend your knees, and then the goal is I want to push my lower back down into my mattress, and so I'm going to flatten my lower back out, and I'm going to hold that for about a 3-second count, and then I'm going to lift my lower back off of my mattress by rocking my hips forward. Rock your hips forward, hold for 1, 2, 3, rock your hips back and hold for 1, 2, 3. Forward, 1, 2, 3, and backwards, 1, 2, 3. We're going to repeat that about 30 times. It's just a good way to work some motion into your lower back after it's been in one relative position for most of the night. Okay, and then for that neck problem, the neck problem, again, if we're flexed forward right here, and if we spend a long time in that position, we want to get out of that and we want to extend, we want to look up and look backwards. And so a cervical extension and thoracic extension stretch should be good for you. What I like is, I don't want you to link your hands behind your head, but you can just simply put your hands to the side of your heads right behind your ears. You're going to start in this rounded position, and then the goal is to round out backwards and extend backwards as much as you can. So I'm looking up at the ceiling to facilitate that neck extension, and then I'm also with my shoulders, with my elbows, trying to pull them back as far as I can to create as much thoracic or upper back extension as we can. So from here, we're going to extend up. I'm going to hold that for about a 5 to 10 second count. Try to breathe nice and steady through that, and then come back to that starting position. We're going to extend back. We're going to hold 5 to 10 seconds, and then we're going to come back into that starting position. So those are the two stretches that I like for you back sleepers. Last position is going to be for you side sleepers out there. Now, the most common problem that I see here is as we're laying on our side, we like to get into, we call it the fetal position. This is actually my preferred sleep method right here. And so we get onto our side, and then we're going to tuck our hips up, and we're going to fold our knees back. And so what that does is that creates a lot of tension, a lot of tightness in those hip flexors. Again, especially if you have a desk job and you spend a lot of your day seated anyway, that creates even more tension. We're going to sit all day and then we're going to sleep all night in that same flexed position, can cause a lot of hip flexor tightness. And then we also, with the bend in our knee, we've got that tightness in our hamstrings as well. Tight hamstrings can pull on our pelvis, can cause low back pain, and so those are the two areas that we want to get stretched out. And so that being said, let's show you, so the hip flexor stretch that I like, well, there's a couple of them that I like. The one that is easy and convenient to do while you're in bed or when you wake up first thing in the morning would be to roll over onto your stomach, and then for a lot of people, laying on your stomach, and then you can prop up onto your elbows. That's going to be a pretty good stretch. You feel that in the front, in the hip flexors, and then you can feel that one in the lower back as well. So I'll tell people hold here for about 10 seconds, and then come down out of it for about 10 seconds, and then back up into that stretch again for 10 seconds. If you feel like you could use more than just this stretch, or maybe you do a couple on your elbows and it starts to loosen up and you feel like you can take it to the next level, what you can do is get your hands underneath your shoulders and then just a little press up. Doesn't need to be fully extended, especially first thing in the morning, but that's where we're going. So now we hold here for 10 seconds. That's a bigger stretch to my lower back and my hip flexors, and then we're going to come down for 10 seconds. And maybe you can work up into this full kind of elbows extended position by the end of that stretch routine. So there's my go-to for your hip flexors. Now the hamstring stretch that I like, you're going to roll over onto your back, and then really simple, we're going to bring our knee up into this bent position. Basically, I want your femur vertical, so my knee's pointed straight up at the ceiling. Hold right there with my hands locked behind my knee, and then what I'm going to do is just extend my foot up towards the ceiling, and you guys are going to feel that. That's a really good pull through that hamstring muscle, that muscle that's right on the back of our knee. You're going to hold that for about 10 seconds and then come back down out of it, extend up, hold that for about 10 seconds, and then come back down out of it. So more of a dynamic stretch. We're not going to hold quite the full 20 to 30 seconds on this. We just want to get that hamstring going in the morning. And then I'm going to perform that, about 5 to 10 times is going to be enough to just get it loosened up. And then we're obviously going to switch that up and we're going to repeat it on the other side. All right, you guys, so there you have them. That's about 6 of my favorite stretches, 2 for each of the 3 most common sleep positions. I hope that there was something in this video that you found useful. I hope there's something in here that's going to help you guys out. Again, if you did find this useful, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button down below. If you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions for future videos that you would like to see from me, I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below and I'll get to that as soon as I can. Hey, thanks again for watching here on Tone and Tighten. If you haven't done so already, please hit this circle button right here to subscribe to our channel. Also, if you want that sleep position video, the best sleep position for back pain, neck pain, and sciatica, that's it right there. Hit that link down there in that corner. That's one more video that you might enjoy. Until next time, we'll see you again here on Tone and Tighten.